So how long has Tyler been living at the home?
Since he was about 3.
Okay, and so your name is Betty?
Yes.
Okay, just because my recorder's remote today, I just need, anybody who's speaking to state your name first.
Okay.
Before your, and you can just state your first name, doesn't have to be your full name.
Okay, so Betty and yes for Cliff, since he was 3.
Okay, and you filed this action in November, correct? The notice to quit was in?
We filed it in October 9th. And the notice was given to him on September 7th. Jacob.
Okay, and let me just see here, this was a, I don't know why some of these are not working. This is supposed to be progress. Okay, let me check one. Okay, so all right, and you want him to be removed from the home because he's making things difficult.
Jacob, yes.
And if I recall from the last time you were present, he doesn't clean up after himself, he's rude. Those were what the statements were, correct?
Jacob, yes.
Okay. Tyler, do you work?
Off and on, I've been struggling recently.
Okay, and why struggling with work?
Just have bad luck in some jobs, and I'm getting treated badly.
Okay, so I think you're gonna have to hold the microphone up because I don't know that we can hear you.
Okay. Just been getting unfortunate, unlucky. We made martial deals to leave me alone to not get harassed or abused.
I'm sorry, you've made what? Marshall deals?
Like, no, we made like, if I work, they would not harass me. They would leave me alone. They wouldn't call me retarded. They wouldn't call me stupid. They wouldn't call me a punk. They weren't I don't know if I can say this, but I'm just gonna say the truth. They called me a bitch, a pussy, a lot of times. And even my grandmother, she would tell me how her aunt Katie Brownfield would tell me if she was a man, she'd beat my ass. And Jake said that too. And I gave him an outlet to go to a martial arts gym. I never said I would put my hands on them. I gave them an outlet for their anger since, they call me names, and that's how I process. Just, if that's how you feel, there's a legally way to even do this. They say I try to put my hands on them. I don't say that. After I get harassed and after. I dealt with it for 17 years, a lot of my life, and I've never said anything. And now I kind of just say, I'm young, so I'm not.
Hold on, sir, how old are you?
I'm 21.
21, okay. Yeah. And Betty, it's your home?
Yes, it is.
Jacob, it's my home too. We're both on the deed and the mortgage.
Okay, and how long have you been residing at the home, Jacob?
I've been residing in the home since my whole life.
How long is that?
I'm 36, about to turn 37. So we lived in the house in 1990.
Okay. And so are you Tyler's father?
I am Tyler's uncle.
Okay, I understand that. I just wanted to confirm that I wasn't losing anything. Okay, so Katie, how long have you lived there?
I've lived there the past 6 years. I had a house for 4 years, and before that it was my whole life. So I'm 33, and out of 33 years, I've lived there 27.
Okay, so you all grew up with Tyler?
Yes.
Yes.
My mom took care of him because his dad and mom wasn't in the picture.
Okay. And so Jacob, why do you still live at home with your mom?
Well, I was going to Jacob, I was going to school and I stayed there. And then my dad passed away 2 years ago. And I'm still at home, and because his name was the only one on mortgage, my mom only gets disability. So I have a job, so that was the only way we could keep the house, because if not, the bank could have took it away because they would have stopped taking our payments.
Okay, you said that your dad's name was the only one on the mortgage.
Yeah, in 2021 when he passed away.
Okay, then since then, both your mom and your names are on the mortgage.
Yes, because we did a remortgage to take it out of his name and put it into our.
Okay. Katie, why do you still live at the home with your mom?
It's expensive to live on your own. I was gonna move before my dad passed, and then when he passed, me and my family stayed so we can help her out.
So how many are in your family?
4. I have 2 daughters and a husband
Okay,
that live in the same home.
anybody else live in the home?
Yes, my brother Adam.
Your brother Ed? Adam.
Adam Salisbury.
And how old is Adam?
Adam is about, I want to say 42, 41.
Okay, do you have any other children, Betty?
His mother,
Okay, and where is she?
she, lives in a trailer park in Southgate.
Okay. All right, so I am counting 8 people live in the home.
Yes,
And what size is the home?
it's a 4-bedroom and a basement. So
Is it a ranch, colonial?
it's an old
Bungalow.
house. It was built in 1922. I don't know what kind of house it would be. It's a house.
Okay, is there 2 floors or 1?
There's 2
And the basement?
and the basement.
Okay, and so,
Everybody has their own space. Katie's girls share a bedroom. Tyler had his own room. I had my own room. Katie and her husband had the room that's downstairs. And Jake and Adam both had rooms in the basement.
okay, so within the basement, there's other bedrooms?
Yeah, there's 2.
Okay. So how long, so who filed the notice to quit?
I did, Betty, I did, and Jake, I did. Because it came down to, we had a disagreement. I went to the store, I bought some power aids, and I bought them for Tyler. And when he came downstairs, I said, "Hey, Ty, I bought you a couple power aids. They're on the front porches. Our front porch is enclosed." He went to the porch, he got the power aids off the porch, and he started opening the bottles, dumping them out, saying, "I didn't ask you to buy this. I told you not to get me nothing." And we ended up getting into like a wrestling match, kind of like I'm trying to get the power aids from him, saying, "If you don't want them, we live in a house with 8 people. Somebody else is gonna drink stout."
Right,
So he got 2 out, and I took the other 4 and I put them on the other side of the kitchen. And I went out on the porch and I came back in, he had poured those out too. But when me and Tyler were doing whatever we were doing with the power aids, I was trying to stop them. My daughter, Katie, was in the kitchen, and when she seen us going at it, she yelled at Tyler, "Get away from my mom, leave my mom alone," because she was afraid Tyler was gonna hurt me. And then after that, he got mad, he went upstairs, he kicked the bedroom door off the hinges, he said, "Katie locked the door from inside and shut it, but there's other ways of opening your door." She didn't do that, but there's other ways of opening the door, because he's locked it before, you take like a credit card or whatever, slide it down the lock, and it opens. This door that he kicked in was original to this house. This house is over 100 years old. And it's solid wood.
were the police called?
Yes, they were.
Is there a police report?
There should be.
Do you have a copy of it?
No, I don't.
Okay. And so, that is what precipitated the notice.
Yeah, because I don't want to live with someone who is going to destroy my house. And not only that, he has been misbehaving for years. I mean, he calls me nasty names. Nobody in my house talks to me the way Tyler does. And I have done a lot for Tyler, whether he'll admit it or not. You know, I paid his car insurance for about 2 years. He gave it to me once in a while when he had the money. I paid to maintain his car. For his birthday last year, Jacob bought him tires and bought him a battery. When it came his turn to maintain his car, he didn't want to stick any money in it and he junked it. So now he doesn't have a car. So it's kind of like,
All right.
if you live with somebody, we're a big family. Everybody has to respect everybody. And if you get that angry, you just walk out the house, go for a walk, you go somewhere else. You don't go crazy.
And so Katie, do you work?
No,
No. Does your husband work?
yeah,
Do your kids work?
no, they're 8 and 12. They go to school.
Okay, well, good. All right. And then Jacob, you work.
Yes, I work.
Does Adam work?
No, he had disability. He had back surgery about, I want to say, back in November 2021,
Okay.
and it still hasn't been right since he had the back surgery.
Okay.
But he does collect the Social Security disability.
Okay. Tyler, do you get Social Security disability?
No.
No. Okay. And so,
He has applied for it though.
okay. So,
While working.
I'm sorry?
While working. I'm working jobs, not applied for it because I know I'm.
So let me ask this question. Did that occur with the Powerade?
You're not told the full thing?
Hold on, no. Did
Yes.
an incident occur with the Powerade?
Yes.
Okay. And so did you take the Powerade and pour it out?
Yes.
Why did you do that?
I did because I was in my room, they come in my room being loud. They asked me, do I want something? I said no. They asked me like 10 times. They literally, after I told them no 4 times, they called me. I told them no. I just said, please, I don't want nothing. I don't want nothing. Can you just respect me? I don't want nothing. And then to answer your question, that's really why. And then
So wait a minute, let me just back this up a minute. They asked if you wanted anything from the grocery store,
dude, I just said no
and you said no.
a lot of times.
Okay, so they continued to ask you to confirm that you didn't change your mind and that you didn't want anything. And so then when your grandmother informed you she brought Powerade home,
I paid for it, but yeah.
how did you pay for it?
I have a food stamp card. She had my food stamp card, she paid for it. And I was just, I said no, and then she wants to put her hands on me.
Hold on. So
And I
she said, so you said no, so you took the Powerade that you're stating that you paid for, whether you paid for it or not, is not really relevant. But you took the Powerade and you started pouring it out on the porch.
No,
No, where'd you pour it out?
in the sink.
In the sink.
Yes.
So you took the Powerade and you poured it in the sink.
Yeah.
Because
Just pride.
pride.
Yeah.
Pride. But you're
A lot of history too.
clearly there's a lot of history. Okay, it appears as though all of you have been living together for quite some time. It appears as though patience has run out with behavior.
I wouldn't say that. I would say you're being told a part of a story that favors their word. But
No, sir, listen, I've heard your testimony so far about the names that they've called you, that you said that they've called you, and I've heard testimony regarding the Powerade situation. Okay, so right now, nobody's really in great favor with this court at all, quite frankly. What is obvious is that the 8 of you, at least for the last 6 years, have all lived together?
Yes,
Yes,
You,
No,
no,
no, I've lived in my car. I've lived with friends, maybe not on paper, but I've slept in my car. I've slept
oh yeah,
outside.
okay,
maybe we should tell you.
hold
the reason-
on, hold on, please, just one moment. Okay, so other than a few times, or the times that you've lived in your car or stayed with your friends, all of you have resided together for quite some time.
Yes,
yes,
Okay. And it's clear that your grandmother is the individual that raised you, correct?
Legally, yeah.
but Paul.
What other way, and who else did? Are you going to tell me you raised yourself?
Honestly, yeah.
And how did you do that, sir?
I got a roof over my head, food. I appreciate it. I tell them thank you every day for it, but it's just, I tell them thank you every time. Even when I get shoved, and it's
So I'm sorry, so I still haven't heard how you raised yourself.
well, I guess, I don't know, it was like my own father. I mean, I don't know. They gave me clothes, they fed me, they gave me a roof, and I appreciate that very much. But how I raised myself, I pretty much taught myself that everything I know, everything I've ever learned was through me. I didn't have a mother, I didn't have a father. My grandparents and my uncle or whatever, they just thought I was stupid and undermined me. So I mean,
What do you mean? They thought you were stupid and undermined you? What does that mean, sir?
it's toxic environment for anybody, especially it's just too much for anybody to handle. And I'm not a genius. I would consider myself an idiot
Why would you consider yourself an idiot?
because there's a lot I don't know.
So there's a lot that a lot of us don't know. That doesn't mean anybody's an idiot.
If you don't know something and you have no knowledge of a lot of things, what does that make you?
It just makes you, sir, uninformed. It puts you in a position to learn more information. It doesn't make you an idiot.
I agree with you. But how am I gonna learn if I don't accept the truth?
If you what?
I won't learn unless I accept the truth.
What's the truth?
Let's say what you're doing right now in your job. I have no idea in it. So I'm gonna consider myself like a toddler, and then I can build up to learn like an individual. But that's how I feel about life. But
Okay.
there's things I'm good at, of course. I'm not an idiot, but then there's a lot of things in life I have no idea.
Okay, there's a lot of things in life I don't have a clue on either, sir. Just so you're aware. Just because I sit here doesn't mean that I
was just saying.
I'm just letting you know, sir, that I'm here in this position, but I didn't know how to do this position my whole life. I've had to learn. I still don't know how to do everything in this position. It's all a learning experience. So I'm not sure why you're telling yourself that you're an idiot.
I mean, I guess growing up, their dad would just call me retarded and stupid.
Who's dad?
Jacob Salisbury and Jeannie's wife. You'd call me dumb, you'd call me stupid. I mean, I would be having cussing battles when I was 7 years old to 10 years old, or older, being called a retard, being called a N lover, just
Okay,
being called
So-
a faggot.
okay. Did any of that occur?
Jacob, yes, my dad did make fun of, but it wasn't just him, he did it to everyone.
I'm not looking for justification. I'm just asking if that occurred.
Yes, it occurred.
Okay. Did it occur from other individuals other than your father?
No,
You've never called Tyler any negative names?
not to the extent that he's saying, maybe when he does something stupid, I might say it's stupid.
And Ms. Brownfield, what about you?
I think Tyler has a lot of mental problems.
No, that wasn't my question.
No,
What about your husband?
no, my husband don't speak to him.
What's that?
They're homophobic.
No, we're not, you are.
I'm gay.
He has the thing that he says that other people have a problem with it, but no one has a problem with it but you.
Hold on, we're not addressing each other.
Yeah, but no one has a problem with it but him. I think each person to their own, who you like or who you don't like, has nothing to do with how you should treat other people, or that's their business, not my business.
Okay,
But I have nothing against anybody in any type of way. And
so
Mr.
what
Woodbury-
about your husband?
No,
But your husband doesn't speak to Tyler, so why does your husband not speak to Tyler?
because Tyler don't know how to act.
What does that mean?
He tries to fight, he gets in my face, he'll yell at me, he thinks that everyone in the house, he wants to fight everyone. If there's a problem or anything, he'll get this close to your face and try to fight me. And I'm like, I'm not gonna fight you,
So
I'm a woman.
so you testified that
And-
you think that Tyler has mental health issues.
Yeah,
Okay, and so
and
what support has been given to Tyler, or what services has Tyler received to address any of those concerns?
so back after in 2021, he punched my brother in the face, and we had the police report, the cops came, we said that, he was having problems, he was saying that he took his light bulbs out, people were following him, people were stalking him on
Okay.
the road, doing all these things, and he punched him, and we said that he needed to get help, that we wanted him to go to, to Wyandotte Hospital and get, looked at and everything, and he got released.
Oh, okay, I understand that.
And that's when he lived in his car for 3 months.
Okay,
Because
so,
it was-
And
but I haven't heard anything about what as a family unit have you done to assist Tyler in having any mental health services?
Okay, before we would let him back in the house after we punched Adam in the face a couple of times. And that was after his uncle that had back surgery 2 months before that, was unable to protect himself. The conditions of him coming back in my house was to get a job, go to work, and go to some kind of counseling. Okay, he was like lacking on the work, did find a job after that, but he did go to counseling. He went to Team Wellness, and he did it probably for about 2 or 3 months. Then he just quit doing it.
Okay, so you went to Team Wellness for 2 or 3 months?
Went there a few times. Like I went there
Okay,
twice, 2 months at one time, another time I went for a couple months too.
okay, and so were you given a diagnosis?
No, not really. I didn't really stay there long enough. I found an outlet through like mixed martial arts.
Okay, sir, and that's great that you have an outlet, but sometimes if there's some imbalances going on, then you need to have those imbalances
They're gonna.
corrected as best as you can.
I agree with you. I think counseling can help anybody, but I also know this, they're gonna say whatever favors their word.
I don't know what that means.
Pretty much, I guess, whatever favors their statement. Because it's not gonna be the truth. I'll tell the truth with my hand.
Wait, I'm sorry, who's saying that's not the truth?
I think it's twist and turn for their favor. I think everything they say, it isn't the full truth. You're just getting part of it with favor.
Okay, let me just be very clear, okay? What's actually happened throughout the time is somewhere in the middle, okay? Because the family that's sitting over there has their perspective as to how things have occurred. You have your perspective as to how things have occurred. But what's actually occurred is somewhere in the middle. Okay, there's clearly a lot of issues going on. There's a lot of anger, there's a lot of frustration, and quite frankly, I'm sure that your aunt and uncle are angry with you because of how you're treating their mother, who took you in to raise you, much to your dismay that I'm saying that, she raised you. Whether you think she did or not, she raised you. If she didn't, where would you have been?
Give me a roof. Give me food.
She got you to and from school, correct?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. She provided food for you.
Yeah.
She provided clothing for you.
Yeah.
She provided holidays for you.
Yeah.
Did you participate in any extracurricular activities?
Yeah.
Okay, so she did all of that for you, sir. Okay, which is what a parent does for their child, whether you're biologically their child or not.
Yeah.
So-
I accept that.
So to say that you raised yourself is not accurate at all.
Yes.
She may not have sat down and gave you lessons. It's okay, today's our lesson on tying knots. Today's our lesson on cleaning the house. She may not have sat down and taught you all that, sir. But I'm sure you've learned quite a few things.
Spend genuine time with someone you're supposed to love, since I never got that.
Okay, sir, and sometimes that doesn't happen in every family. Sometimes it doesn't happen. And sometimes, let me just tell you this, sir. Okay, let me just tell you this. Sometimes individuals are doing what's expected, what they think is expected, what they have to do. And it sounds as though it's always been a full house at the house. So it's also, it sounds as though your grandmother takes care of everybody. Takes care of everybody. Everybody moves back home because she does such a great job of taking care of everybody, they don't want to leave. So clearly she takes care of everybody. Now, does that mean that she may sit down and have one-on-one conversations? Probably not. Not with all the individuals in the home.
I just isolate myself.
I'm sure you do, sir. So you need to go back to counseling.
I do it because nobody, just how they are. You can't like, you can't even look at them or talk to them. They get throw fits. You can't do nothing. They get a little scream so loud when they don't get their way until their voice will crack. And then I just go upstairs.
Oh, I'm sure there's a lot of yelling at the house.
Well,
and I'm sure it's on account of everybody, not just one or two people.
Usually I isolate myself because I don't want to deal with it.
Well, sir, but listen, you went and took Powerade. There was something that was done for you. You were mad that they didn't listen to what you said when you said you didn't need anything.
I wasn't even that mad until.
Oh, no. Stop. No, you can't tell me that. Because you went and poured out the Powerade.
So that's pouring out
somebody that's
Powerade.
not mad doesn't do that.
Okay. You're
So,
gonna have your answer.
Here's why don't you work?
I do find work. I apply for 30 jobs. I have emails for right now. Every time I don't have a job, I work. Part of it is because, the workforce is really terrible at the moment. People are toxic, and a part of it is because of myself. I take accountability for what I've done wrong, but I also do take accountability for people that done wrong for me. It's just life. It's how it is.
It is, and that's life.
It is. I agree. There's been times to where, I have gotten my issues with my own life, everything gotten the best of me because, just not being the brightest, not thinking of the big picture, just being in the moment, just too much, if that makes sense. And there's just, I don't know, it's life. I could elaborate more with it, but it's on point.
Well, no, sir, that's part of life, right? It's not all sunshine and roses. It's hard, right? People aren't always nice. People don't always look at you the way you think that you should be looked at. People may give a side eye and it really means nothing, but people take it to mean something. So,
like when I work 8 hours a day, let's say when I read for an hour, when I train for 3 hours, and I come home and it feels like a whole other job. Like it feels like I can't even just go in the kitchen, get something, run upstairs and just, watch TV and go back to work, go do what I like to do for a little bit. It's hard. It feels like I'm just going to a job to where I'm going home, to where I get treated like shit, and to this, and I'm
okay, sir, I can understand you're comfortable, but remember, we're still on the record and we're in court. So you may think that you get treated.
You have to be mean enough. I can't even put it in words. It's crazy.
Sir, when you live in a home that has that many people, everybody needs to pull their weight. So to think that you're going to go home, just go right up to your room and do nothing, that's not realistic.
I would actually what I would do is I'd wake up in the morning, stretch, look at the sun, meditate. I'd read a book, I'd go train, I'd go to work, I'd come home, I'd try to have a positive attitude. And I realized the more happy I got, the more people were envious of me. And I questioned it, like I'm poor, I'm 21, my mom's in a trailer, my dad's in a trailer, I'm nobody. So why is this?
It doesn't mean you're a nobody, sir. It doesn't mean you're a nobody. Everybody's a somebody. So, okay, so can you go live with your mom?
I don't choose to because my mom does drugs and she gets beat by this black guy, I feel like, and I feel like it would be just, it wouldn't be somewhere I would thrive in, it would be something that would send me in a system I would never leave.
Okay, so what about your dad?
He don't want nothing to do with me. He has a whole other family he raised, I raised out, you know. My dad's better than my mom, but no one's better than nobody. I mean, my dad, I guess, has a more structure and he's more stable.
Okay, well, sir, it doesn't sound, first of all,
I'd rather be on the street, I'm fine with it.
well, you don't need to be on the street, but how did Thanksgiving go? Buddy,
It was fine.
all of you were together?
No, Jacob, I worked all day, so I was at work for Thanksgiving.
Okay. Tyler, were you home?
Yeah, I was upstairs, cause I would go eat with them on Thanksgiving. I just feel like there's nothing ever positive and it's Thanksgiving. Like if I want Thanksgiving, I want it to be like smiles, conversation, people having a good time, not just people having this odd energy.
Well, it appears as though there's years of frustration, anger, animosity, right? And sometimes the negative outweighs the positive. It's easier to have a negative mindset than a positive mindset. And so sometimes it's hard to understand and accept the reality of your family dynamic as opposed to what you want it to be. And just because it's not what you want it to be, doesn't mean that your family is awful.
Yeah.
Your family is your family, right? You may not all get along, you may not talk to your uncle who's married to your Aunt Katie.
I don't talk to Jake either. I don't talk to any of them. I choose not to because every time I try to reach out, they just, you know, even before all this happened, you know, it was the same thing. You know, they can say it's the same thing. It's always going to be something. I mean, they'll mention things to when I was 12 or 9.
Okay, well, sir, all right, listen. And I can understand that there are certain things that happen during childhood, right? So, but if you're holding on to that,
I'm not though. They don't.
no, you are.
They mention it. I'm
Sir,
just telling you.
I'm just letting you know. From what I'm observing and what I'm hearing, everybody's holding on to a lot of stuff from a lot of years. Jacob, do you and Tyler communicate?
I would say no, because I try to, like he said, ignore him, because every time you talk to him, he gets, when he doesn't like, when he asks you an opinion, Tyler doesn't like my opinion. If he asks me a question, he doesn't like my answer to his question if it doesn't agree with him. Like for something as simple as me disagreeing, he says he knows everything about psychology, and I say you can't never know everything about psychology.
I never studied that statement.
He's using it as an example. It sounds like he's an example.
As an example, then we'll get in an argument to the point where he gets I think he gets angry, he gets so angry that he stops trying to communicate with you, and he's more important for him about being right, and then it becomes shouting after that.
It sounds like that's a common theme at the house.
I go for a run actually, and they just.
You what?
That's wrong. I actually go distance myself every time they start getting frustrated, and I go for a run or workout. But I tore my meniscus, so I haven't been able to do it. So now I just do a bunch of push-ups and pull-ups.
Okay. Jacob, have you ever thought about, instead of coming back at Tyler with, no, you can't possibly know all of it, nobody can know everything about psychology, just hearing what he has to say?
I had tried to say that before, but maybe I could probably do it more, yes, but a lot of times when I talk to him, it always ends up me walking out because I can't take it no more, because I'm not gonna sit there and argue.
Well, and you're also the adult.
Yeah.
I understand he's also an adult, but he's also, you know, the child in the dynamic, okay? Court's going to order, after hearing that plaintiff has the right to recover possession of the property, that plaintiff may apply for an order evicting the defendant if defendant does not move out on or before December 9th. You may be liable for money damages, sir, if there's damage to the property. And obviously there's no payment issue, so there's no money judgment.
To the system.
I'm sorry?
Thank you to the system. Download.
Sir, if there was a legal basis I could have ordered you not out of the house, I would, but I haven't heard one and I don't have one at this point.
They just don't want to talk.
All right. If you'd all like to wait for a copy, you can, otherwise it'll be mailed to the home.